Good morning, YouTube. T Wells here, back with another video. We are on the way to work. Alright guys, I know it's been a while since I've been on YouTube. Had a lot of stuff going on at the job and in my personal life, but we are back. And we're trying something different this time. So I got me a new camera set up, which will make this easier for uploading those videos in the truck. So y'all let me know what y'all think. And the plan is to answer you guys' questions as I go back and forth to work, since that's where I've been going lately and a lot this year. So bear with me. Anyway, guys, this right here is what your life gonna look like once you get into operations. You're gonna be up early as hell, going to work over and over and over and over again. It doesn't stop, guys. You know, as soon as you think, oh man, I got a little break, you know, I ain't gotta worry about it too much. Everything's cool. I get a couple off days, and then something happened at work, piece of equipment shut down, you have an upset. Hell, everything can be going the right way, and people call off, and guess what? Your ass is back at work. So it's never ending, guys. Look, the money is good, don't get me wrong, but it come at a cost. It will definitely come at a cost. But one of the questions I could just remember off top that one of my supporters asked was about the phone interviews. So let's run down this phone interview for a quick second while we're driving. Guys, the phone interview, in my experience, and then, you know, just from what I've heard as of recent, is basically like a quick 10 to 15 minute conversation. It's almost like they're scheduling the real interview, or scheduling an appointment for you for the real interview. So usually how it would go, you get a phone call, say, hey, this is such and such with X company, and do you have 10 to 15 minutes that we can sit down and talk, go over a few things, and then you'll be like, yeah, you know, hey, that's cool, yeah, you know, this is T Wells, you know, glad you called from X company. And now they're going to ask you questions like, what's your availability? Hey, we're doing interviews next week, Tuesday through Thursday, from the hours of 9 to 4. Are you available to come out next week for an in-person interview? And then you'll let them know, hey, yes, you can. I always say yes, you're available, because obviously you want the job, so just tell them yeah. And then when it comes to scheduling your interview, guys, the best time to schedule the in-person interview would be either in the first hour or two, so between 9 and 10, 9 and 10:30, or you want to catch people right after lunch. So if you can't get the first interview between 9 and 10, or even 9 to 11, but preferably 9 and 10, you want to catch people like the first one after lunch, which would be 12 to 1 or 1 p.m. to 2 p.m., somewhere in there. Because usually after you eat, you're in a better mood, you know. So they'll be basically more inclined to bring you on, especially if you do well. Everybody's feeling good, everybody in ate, they're not irritable, that, you know, they'll listen to you, and hopefully you go in there with everything in order and you do well on your interview. Alright, so that's one aspect of the phone interview. Number two, they may ask you something quick like, tell me about yourself, or why should we pick you for this job? Why do you want this job? So with that, guys, if they give you the tell me about yourself question, usually what you want to do time of you going to school and your current job. And then lastly, you'll tell them that, hey, my skills, my accolades will fit well with X company. Something along those lines. Okay? Alright? Now, they may ask you, why should we pick you? So why should we pick you and tell me about yourself is basically the same type of questions, just asked differently. So if instead of them saying, hey, tell me about yourself, they say, hey, why do you want to work here? Or why should we pick you over other candidates? You go through your resume again. You tell them, hey, I have X amount of years experience in this field, holding this position. I also have my education with this type of degree. And then any little accolades you may have got, any certifications you may have got along the way. And then also if you don't have that, or if you are a student, then you would tell them about any projects that you may have been a part of while you were in school, any internships you may have done while you were in school. And then at the end, wrap it up by telling them, hey, I believe these skills will be an asset to X company. Okay? Phone interview really is not going to be that deep. Basically, they may ask you one or two questions like I just went over. And then they're going to set up the in-person interview. Usually they'll set that up and see, okay, hey, you answer these questions pretty confidently. We like you. We like your personality. You're very cordial. You don't seem timid over the phone. We want to bring you in for an in-person interview next week. Like I said, you give them the best times to do it is first thing in the morning. If not, right after lunch. Those seem to be good times for people to interview. And this is coming from not only my personal experience, but even experience from the other side. Guys, I know people who do the interviews themselves, and I ask them questions, hey man, at what time do you guys usually have like the most energy? They say, well, first thing in the morning, man, after we eat. So, hey, I got it right there directly from the horse's mouth. So, take that information and use it. But that's just a quick little overview for the phone interview. Alright guys, another thing that I just want to talk about is having allies at work, or at least one person you can trust at work. Guys, two will always be better than one. Okay? You need to have someone, even outside of work, at work or outside of work, you need to have at least one ally, guys, in your life. Preferably, you would want one in each little area of your life. You want a nice little relationship outside of work, whether it's your friends, whether it's your spouse, your girlfriend, your cat, dog, fish, whatever. Yeah, especially at work, you need at least one person, guys, that you can trust, that y'all look out for each other. There's gonna be days where shit's gonna happen. Okay, it may be something coming down the line. Hey, look, man, they thinking about messing the schedule up, or they thinking about not even messing the schedule up, but it could be a thing like, well, hey, such and such about to take a promotion, we're just gonna open up a spot here. If there's something you want to get into that's about to open up, boom, now you know about this opportunity. Now you kind of can set yourself up if that's something that you want to do. Also, you need people to look out for you when it comes to things that may happen out on the unit. So, give an example. Man, we had well, I don't know, I probably can't talk about that. But anyway, that'd be something I have to figure out a way to discuss that without getting other people in trouble and getting myself in trouble. But overall, guys, you need somebody, you need allies at work. through this thing alone. It's too many hours that you have to spend, especially in this industry, in oil and gas. It's 24 hours, guys. It don't stop. It goes all day, all night, holidays, your birthday, your mama's birthday, your dad's birthday. It don't stop at all. So get you find, and this probably the hardest thing to do is to find someone you can trust. Hopefully you can get somebody that's on your shift. And guys, it may come from someone you least expect. You know, the ally may be somebody that's lower than you, maybe somebody younger than you, maybe hell, maybe opposite gender. I mean, it's all kind of stuff, man. You do not know. So it depends. But that's just my little 2 cents for the day, thought of the day. Find you a friend, find somebody that can look out for you, look out for them. Y'all help each other. Hopefully neither one of y'all backdoor each other, but you know, you can't live your life in fear. You know, you damn sure can't live it alone too. So yeah, it's just my 2 cents for the day. But man, y'all let me know if y'all like this little new camera setup, man. It's my first time trying this. I figured this would be easier for me to stay consistent with the videos. You know, I definitely gotta come to work, so that ain't stopping. But now I just, you know, hit the record button on this thing and man, get going, man. Get to rambling, get to answering these questions, get to letting y'all know. I might start going live, man. It may be the easier of the two, but yeah, man, y'all get to see what it's like going in and out. Man, it's beautiful Texas City, way outside of Houston. Some of y'all may know the area, some of y'all might not. Basically going towards Galveston, but staying on the mainland side. It's a big industrial area. Texas City has plenty of companies. If that's the area you want to look to work, we got chemical companies, definitely refineries, oil and gas, and maybe some water treatment facilities here too. I'll have to look around into it, but yeah, as always, plenty of work down here. But yeah, guys, that's it. I'm gonna cut you off here. Don't want to go on too long. But man, y'all have a good day. All y'all that's going to work, have a safe day. Hell, if you ain't going to work, have a safe day. I appreciate all y'all for checking out the channel. And like I said, let me know, guys, and leave your questions and comments in the comment section, and I'll get with you later. Peace.